Hi. All right. So, in case you missed class today, we're going to go over what we did in class so that you're prepared and ready for the next class when we're meeting. So, first, if you take a look at Schoology homepage, there's a couple things that you need to have ready to go. First, remember always daily class plans with links will take you to our daily class plans page where you can kind of see what we're doing. And then underneath that, this evidence search document, this is what you're going to be using from now on as you're reading Lord of the Flies, because it kind of goes in line with what sort of things we want to do with our reading to remember and to get prepared for the final paper. Okay, so the evidence search document is what you're going to need for what we're doing. So I'm going to talk you through a little bit. First thing we did in class is we went to this PowerPoint right here, which is the theme PowerPoint. And down here at the bottom, we talked about chapter 1 of Lord of the Flies using this sort of theme development idea, beginning with an event that happened in the novel and then moving to a topic and then connecting it to one of the themes that we had discussed in class. So people shared their events, then they labeled it as a topic, and then they did a theme. So let me give you an example. A couple people talked about Jack and Ralph finding the conch and blowing, or not Jack and Ralph, Piggy and Ralph finding the conch and blowing it. And so the topic was, they thought intelligence or action. And so the theme was, although action and intelligence are both very important, many people place action as a higher priority than intelligence. So that's our theme, right? Action is greater than intelligence when it comes to leadership. So we see that because it's not Piggy who's chosen as a leader, even though it's his idea to blow the conch shell. It's Ralph who actually does it. And that's what ends up making him the leader of the group. Okay. So that kind of leads us to that. Then we talked about that as an example. Then what we did is we went to the daily class plans with links. Once again, always available on Schoology right there underneath all of our Zoom links, daily class plans with links. And we opened up this document right here, the Tribal Handbook. And if you look at the Tribal Handbook, within it, there's information about tribe meetings that we're going to be having throughout Lord of the Flies. So the first page includes the names of everybody in each of the 4 tribes. And then I sent students off to do some tasks. The second page starts to list the tasks that students have to do. So let's let that load. And the first task that they had to do when they got together in their tribes was to determine who in their tribe would be their class leader. So group number 1 chose Channing as their class leader. Group number 2 chose Trinity as their tribe leader. Group number 3 chose Ryan as their tribe leader. And group number 4 chose Maddie as their class leader. So the job of the class leader is going to be to make sure that people are kind of following through on what they have to do as far as the class is concerned, to make assignments, like different tribal assignments. And basically their choice, their decision is like the last word in the tribe as the leader. So that was the first thing. The second thing that the tribes had to do was choose which theme statement they wanted to study throughout the course of the novel. So as you can see, Tribe 1 shows a strong leader leads by consensus or by control. Tribe 2 chose fear of the unknown can bind people together or tear people apart. Tribe 3 chose good or evil triumphs over evil or good. So good triumphs over evil or evil triumphs over good. And tribe 4 chose it's human nature to protect or protect the weak or prey on the weak. So what you're going to be doing with those is you're going to be splitting up the chapters within your tribe, and you're going to be looking for evidence that supports those themes. So you can look for evidence that occurs in what people say from dialogue or in narration. Like Piggy says this, and that supports this idea of good over evil or whatever. What characters' actions or choices are, and how that shows the theme. And then you also look at events that occur that might be beyond the character's control, fate. So when I sent kids back into their groups, the group leader chose how they were going to separate the chapter. So I said, you can split up the chapter in different parts. Like if I'm a member of the group, then I'm looking for evidence in the first 3 pages. Someone else in the group is looking for evidence in the next 3 pages of the chapter. Or you can split it up by character. So I'm going to be looking at what Ralph says and does. Someone else in the group is looking at what Jack says and does. Or you can split it up by the type of evidence. So if I'm looking at what the characters say, then someone else in the group is looking at what is written in the narration. Someone else in the group is looking at character actions and choices. And someone else in the group is looking at events that occur beyond the leader's control. That kind of sets you up so that you have a variety of evidence that you can use, not just one type of evidence. So if you go back to Schoology, you see underneath daily class plans with links, there's a new document. It's called Evidence Search. So if you click on Evidence Search, this is what it'll take you to. It'll take you to the Open Your document, and this is your assignment. So on the top part, you're going to put your name and then your group members' names and what your preliminary theme statement was from the tribal handbook that we just did. Then explain how your group split up the search for evidence and what role you've been assigned for in the search. So now, chapter 1 is the first part that you've read already that you can put in evidence. So these are the different types of evidence that you're looking for. And then here, you're going to write what the evidence is. So if you found something that Piggy said, you're going to put in dialogue, what he said, and then what page and paragraph number it is. You're looking for 2 or 3 per chapter. So over here, you're going to explain how that evidence connects to the specific theme that your group has chosen. I've given you 4 slots, although each individual should look for 2 or 3 different pieces of evidence in the chapter. But I've given you extra in case you find extra. Then when you get together for a tribe meeting, you're going to write in additional evidence that other people in your tribe found that supports your theme. You'll notice that there are places for every chapter in the book. This is going to be an ongoing task that you're going to be doing in your tribes. And it's going to help you gain evidence for writing a literary analysis paper. If you look at the tribe handbook, that's one of the first things that I mentioned. Your goal is to find evidence to complete the final paper of the semester, the literary analysis paper. And this is theme analysis. So that's what you're going to be doing. You will be doing, like right now, there is on the second page of the handbook, the information from meeting 1, which was today. I'll be adding more pages for future meetings with tasks that you're going to be doing with your tribe. So if you look back at the daily class plans, you'll see that your homework for the weekend until we see each other again is to read chapter 2 and 3 and to search for evidence from chapter 1 and 2 and 3. Okay, and so you're going to be working on filling out that evidence thing. Do not submit the evidence search document yet. It's due December 17th. You should fill it out as you go along, but I don't want you to submit it now I want you to wait until it's all completely filled in and after you have all your tribe meetings. If you look at class plans, you'll see when we get together next time, we're going to be talking about chapters 1 through 3, and we're going to be talking about the plot, and we're going to talk about the allegory, Freud's theory of psychoanalysis, the id, the ego, and the superego. We're going to talk about that in the next class period. No tribe meeting next class period. The next time you have a tribe meeting is the following class period, and you're going to be looking for evidence from chapters 1 through 4. So you're going to keep filling in this evidence search as you're reading individually. And then eventually, when you get together as a group, you're going to be filling in these for each of the chapters and adding more evidence to your growing list of evidence to help support your theme. Okay. I hope that helps you understand a little bit about what you missed in class. And if you have any questions, again, make sure you email me or send me a remind, and I will be right on it, and we'll talk as soon as we can to get you caught up. All right. Thanks, and I hope that you have a great weekend. And when we get back together again next week, you're ready to go.